I'm Professor Vokas at Universal Orlando Studios, and this is Harry Potter: Wizards Unite. All right, recently the beta has opened up in New Zealand. Now that has given us some gameplay footage of fortresses. So today I'm walking toward Diagon Alley right now. When we get inside, I want to talk about fortresses and how they work so far in the beta, which will probably be a good indicator of how they're going to work in the game. All right, we're here in Diagon Alley, and I do want to talk about fortresses now. I want to thank Potato Slayer from New Zealand. Used a lot of his gameplay footage. He put up a 14-minute video. I'm going to put a link in the description to it. But anyway, for the fortresses, he went in by himself and we got some information, and then I have some other information I got from Reddit. But in general, in the fortresses, when you go in, you need to use a rune stone. And there are a lot of different types of rune stones, dark magic and other things. There should be some screenshots on the screen. But when you're using those rune stones to go in, you have to use one for each floor that you go into. Runestones come in a lot of different colors, and apparently you can use any of them to get into the floor, and it's speculation right now, but they're thinking that the color of the runestone will actually affect what kind of rewards you get from that floor. So when you get on the floor, each person is going to be able to pick one thing to fight. And the idea here is that you can have people out of battle, and the people out of battle can actually assist the people that are in battle, which early on doesn't matter because each of you can take on a different challenge, and you should be able to defeat it without dying yourself. You can actually use your own potions to heal yourself. With the Magizoologist being the healing class, a lot of times they're going to be elected to stay out while you allow the Aurors to fight, and the Magizoologist can spam healing spells onto the Aurors as they fight. I'm going to put some video up right here, and you're going to see that there's really two main spells that get used. You use a protection spell, and it'll randomly give you something to trace on the screen, and then combat bolts, which again will be varying patterns that you can do, and it seems to be random that they put up. When they attack you, use the protective spell to not take as much damage, and when you attack them, the closer you are to perfectly matching it, the better the effectiveness of the spell. Currently, there are no level restrictions for any of the floors, so anybody can go in, so you can have a high-level person go in with a bunch of low-level people until you get to the last couple floors of the fortress. Then there actually apparently are level restrictions, and at the same time, they're going to be hard enough creatures or challenges to overcome that low-level players wouldn't have a chance anyway, even with a higher-level player assisting them. Currently, the level cap in beta is level 20, but we expect that to go up. In Pokemon Go, it's 40, and it might even be higher than that because the enemies in the game do have levels themselves, and some of the highest levels that have been seen for some of the lowest levels of the fortress, or the highest levels of the fortress is I guess how you view it, are all the way up at 55 to 65 level. Now you may still be only level 40, and it may really require that you have someone else. And I believe that is going to be the idea, is that those lower levels, there's no way you could take something on one-on-one. If you're an Auror, you're going to need a Magizoologist there healing you. And last are the rewards. We talked about the rewards. Each level that you clear from the fortress, you do get rewards, which means even if you don't complete the whole fortress, you can still get rewards from those levels. Doing the fight solo versus doing it with a team does not currently affect the rewards at all. So going in with a team is going to be a better option anyway to help each other out. One last thing with fortresses that I am curious to see in Pokemon Go, the raid bosses, you can't just fight them all the time. You can't fight the fortresses all the time. You have to wait, and there'll be 1-hour windows that you're allowed to go in. There'll be a timer. People will be able to see it so they can gather. In this, I didn't see a timer on the fortress. I'm not sure if you can just go in whenever you want. In which case, can you go back in over and over, or do you need to wait a certain amount of time before you can go back in? All right, that's going to do it for this video. We're going to talk a little bit more about potion making in the next video. Until next time, Nox.